go to Ms. Kapakingi, who's online and been very patient.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Minister Morena, I'd like to ask you some questions, particularly around Māori families, Māori individuals, Māori businesses. So can you just share what specific appropriations or policy initiatives within the vote finance, excluding general policy, that address barriers for Māori to access to capital and investments, and what results you think might come from that?
So I think that the member's question is about what are the policies that support Māori, both specifically and in terms of investment?
Yes, specifically Māori, yes. So your any policies, initiatives within the vote finance that have a specific attention to Māori business?
Yeah, so one of the consequential things
I swear to God.
Health budget, we have specifically funding Māori health services, which runs into the hundreds of millions. I don't have the figure to hand, but I am happy to provide it to the member subsequent to this meeting. In education, there is a specific Māori education package, which includes funding for additional kura kaupapa and a number of initiatives focused on Māori learners. More generally, the budget prioritises a range of supports for New Zealanders in need of public services, which of course include Māori. The investment boost policy will apply to any Māori entity, be it iwi, hapu, post-settlement entity wishing to make an investment if they fall within those tax rules, and so that is a broad-based policy. And more generally, we continue to provision in the Crown accounts for treaty settlements, which of course are one of the major sources of capital for Māori making investments into the future.
Minister, sorry, just to supplement, if I may, Mr. Chair.
Yep.
So if you're at the end of your response then, if you're referring to the Venture Capital Fund, are there any specific targets within there that are dedicated to supporting Māori-owned businesses, Māori-led businesses, Minister?
No, there aren't, but I expect that Māori-led businesses will be both eligible for the scheme and should be able to make sure that they do well, because as you know, there are some incredibly successful Māori-led ventures, and I expect there will be more in the years ahead.
It's just the word should doesn't give me confidence that actually will occur, Minister. It should, and yes, there are successful and driven Māori businesses, but access to that isn't as simple as it sounds, and there's a whole range of reasons why those things can occur. And then you referred to the treaty settlements, and of course that's where Māori, of course, critical to growing our asset base. And so just to that, is there any particular specific attention to that is particular and specific to treaty settlements that will grow, develop and give better access to Māori in that regard?
Well, a couple of things. First, in terms of, I think you're talking about the Elevate Venture Capital Fund. The Crown has intentionally been a step removed from the individual investment decisions that fund makes. It's actually a fund of funds, so it provides funding to other venture capital funds, which then select which businesses to invest in. So it would be improper for us to direct specifically which businesses we wished those investments to go into. But to the second part of your question about opportunities for post-settlement entities, iwi, Māori, I believe that those are significant. Partly, that is because the attitude of the Crown towards investing with iwi is rather expensive. We see a role for iwi increasingly in future being private partners in investment in public infrastructure, and we think that there will be opportunities in that regard. And certainly, iwi leaders I have spoken to anticipate those opportunities and are looking forward to them. I also think that there will be particular opportunities for Māori-led entities to partner with the Crown on delivery of both affordable and social housing, partly because some of the restraints that have stopped development on Māori land are regulatory. And this is a government that is prepared to get that red tape out of the way so that Māori can make much better use of their whenua. And you've seen that, for example, in the National Direction Statement, which we published recently about Papakāinga housing, which is intended to be much more enabling of housing development on Māori land. One of the most underutilised assets which New Zealand has is Māori land. And the Crown has both fiscal tools, sure, but regulatory tools are very significant in ensuring that Māori are able to make the use of that capital.
Okay. One final one, if I may, Mr. Chair. It's really...
Yeah, please.
So Minister, how does Treasury monitor Māori economic growth and development? Does it? How does it? Does it keep an eye on it? How does it do that?
Well, you will have seen earlier this year that the Ministry for Business released their snapshot of the Māori economy, which provides a statistical overview of the trends that we are seeing in that part of our economy. It was a really good news story, showing increasing rates of Māori entrepreneurship, increasing growth in the Māori capital base, wages between Māori workers and non-Māori workers are getting more even. So there's real success stories across the Māori economy. In fact, by a number of measures, the Māori economy has grown faster than the economy as a whole. And what we've also seen is diversification in that economy, which traditionally has been associated with the primary industries, with fisheries, with forestry. Increasingly, you are seeing that there are a range of other sectors and businesses which are encompassed by the Māori economy, which are doing very well as well. So I am happy to direct you to that report.
Okay, Honourable Sup from Honourable Barbara Evans.
Thank you, Minister.
Okay.
So she's trying to take credit for the well production of the Māori economy.
Yes, she's trying to take
helped it.
Yeah, she's trying to take growth. She's trying. Fucking hell, words. She's trying to take credit for the growth in the Māori economy, despite the fact that it was Labour that essentially paved the way for Māori to be able to go get things like economic degrees and business degrees and all these other nice things, and also, not to mention, the John Key government also did that as well. So I don't know why she's taking credit for it. But Maria Mino Kapakingi asked, where are the targets? And then Nicola just said, there are no targets. I'm like, okay. But she's like, look at all those amazing things that we did last year. Māori education package. Okay. Māori health, investment boost, which is a universal program. Treaty settlements, which are less than the total annual payment of superannuation, to date over the past 40 years. And it's like, oh yeah, we're cutting the red tape. We're doing it for the good of Māori, despite the fact that we voted yes on the treaty principles bill for the first reading, because we're bad at negotiating with ACT, and the regulatory standards bill. Yeah, it's gonna kick Māori in the ass because corporations can essentially just buy up all this land. It's great. It's great. And, Māori are so good at business. Why don't we just give them back more of their land then? So they can do more business and grow the economy.
Yes, but some people go, they say one thing, such as pull yourself up by the bootstraps, and do another by stealing those boots off the Māori.
Yeah, I mean, she's like saying, well, the Māori are really good at tying up bootstraps. Cool, give them more boots so they can tie bootstraps. Listen, do more treaty settlements then. If the Māori economy is that awesome, if it's doing that good of a job at building New Zealand's GDP, give them more. Give us our land back. We'll grow that for you. We'll do. Yeah. It's like, no, they don't want to do that. But it goes to show, hey, low key, credit where credit is due. She's giving us credit for being really good at managing finances.
Yeah.